Goosebumps is rated GB7 because it may be too spooky for children under 7.
Welcome back, folks, to I'm Interested, Season 1, Episode 2. Monsters, demons, ghouls. She blobs on my shock street till I call all creeps. Welcome, one and all, to Goosebumps 2015. I love Goosebumps a lot, actually. I'm not doing that impression the entire time, only when I think it's funny. I love Goosebumps. I grew up on Goosebumps. Goosebumps is my life. Goosebumps will be my life forever. It's a hyperfixation, if you will. I remember when Goosebumps 2015 was revealed. Fun little story time here. When I was little, I was about 8 when this movie was being revealed and dropped. I went to the library one time. I had just found out about the Goosebumps TV series, and we rented a couple DVDs from our local library of the TV series. Specifically, Welcome to Dead House and Return of the Mummy on DVD. I actually have the specific, it's not the exact one, but this is the DVD that I checked out from the library. Again, not the same one, but it's the same DVD. It's just not that DVD. Anyway, I remember that, and then the librarian at the front told us about the Goosebumps movie, and I had no idea. And then I went, and while we were at, I think, Walmart, at 8 years old, I got my mom's phone, and I watched the trailer, and I didn't recognize all the monsters at the time. Now I can point out every single monster in the movie and be like, oh, that's from this book. But at 8, I was like enamored. I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And I'd say I've been a fan since about maybe 2013, but I really got into it maybe 2014, and then 2015 is when I found out about the show and then everything, and it's been like that since. Yeah. What else do I have to say? Not much. And I remember going to go see the movie. I remember a lot of the stuff in the theater. I enjoyed Goosebumps 2015 a lot, and this is going to be my humorous love letter to Goosebumps 2015. Viewer beware. You're in for a scare. Ooh. Pick Abominable Snowman of Pasadena. You couldn't have picked Little Shop of Hamsters. Jack Black's performance, if it's not already obvious, is probably one of my favorite things about this movie. It's so fun to watch, genuinely. Watching Stein walk around and going, you go home, you get your blanket, you lay it on, and this is all a bad dream. Let me tell you something about Steve King. Steve King wishes he could write like me. I've sold way more books than him, but nobody's ever talked about that. Way more books. Monster Blood. But yeah, outside of the monsters themselves, R.L. Stine is really the most interesting character of the film, and love seeing his introvert himself.
Monsters, demons, ghouls. I could have killed you!
That was a terrible throw.
This movie can be unintentionally hilarious at times. I love the amount of monsters that are shown in this movie. Fun fact, by the way, you can go read the second draft of the Goosebumps film script. I think it was the 2012 draft, I think by the end of 2013 they had things figured out. 2014 they filmed and started editing, and then, I might be a little off about that. And Cuddles the hamster was in there, the monster police. Oh, I only wish. And they could have done Goosebumps, they could have done that in the sequel if the sequel wasn't completely garbage and had gummy bears in it for some reason instead. Yeah. I really like that Slappy is the main villain of this. Slappy is a hard thing for me to describe how I feel about. On one hand, I love Slappy. On another hand, Slappy is everywhere, and it doesn't give a lot of the other monsters time to shine. This was an especially bad problem when the movies were coming out, and now that it's been a few years since, Slappy's kind of fell backwards with the other monsters, and I think the Haunted Mask is actually one of the more popular ones. I feel like they're finally starting to balance out again. 90s they were. In fact, where's Curly? I know Curly wasn't in a Goosebumps book per se. He was just kind of the mascot of the series. I might be wrong. Curly might be in one of the Tales to Go. Well, he's on the cover of all the Tales to Give You Goosebumps books, but I don't know if he was actually in them or not. I need to reread those. It's been so long. I love Slappy, especially his betrayal in this first film, and even partially in the second film. I love, well, not just his design, but how he acts. He's like a more insane R.L. Stine, if you will, which I think R.L. Stine's insane in this movie, which I've just talked about. You just released every monster I've ever created.
What was that?
It's the Invisible Boy. Oh my god, I wet my hair for this crap. With Slappy being the currently most iconic Goosebumps villain, turning him into the alter ego of R.L. Stine was a really smart move, and he's really fun. If you like Goosebumps, this is a good movie for you. If you don't like Goosebumps, this could be a decent movie for you. This is a decent family film, a pretty good film for Goosebumps fans, and make me one promise. If you've not seen Haunted Halloween, keep it like that. It's going to make you look down worse on these first two. It doesn't me, but oh my god, I hated Haunted Halloween. Let me go on a tiny bit of a rant here. I remember being so excited for Haunted Halloween, all the little updates and everything. Like when it was first announced, it was Horrorland, Goosebumps 2 Horrorland. Imagine that, Horrorland. Imagine if they brought back the original cast from the first film, and then I know I don't like them or anything outside of Stine, but imagine if they brought them back and we had R.L. Stine and the kids, well, not kids, they're basically adults at this point. Imagine if they came back and they had to go to Horrorland, like Slappy opened up one day at Horrorland or returned to Horrorland and they're back. And like, imagine more monsters. We could have had Cuddles back. We could have had Mr. Mortman back. Well, not back, but you know, they could have came. What else? And like, it just corporate meddling. I hate it. They dumbed it down, and then they made Halloween decorations the cannon fodder this time around. The first film, all of the monsters were Goosebumps monsters. Yeah. They could have brought back all the monsters from the first film and then added on, or maybe take away a few and then add a few, if that's what helps. Mr. Mortman deserves to be in a Goosebumps movie. Dr. Brewer, my favorite Goosebumps villain of all time, deserves screen time. Genuinely. And he's one of the more iconic villains. I don't know why he wasn't shown. The Haunted Mask got like 3 seconds of screen time and a deleted scene. Why?